that we welcome you all to the National HR Summit and Excellence Awards 2025, a landmark gathering presented by Sri Vishnu Educational Society and the Global Human Resource Management and Organizational Development Council. Today, we have gathered here under the powerful theme, Building a Thriving Workforce in a Dynamic Landscape. This isn't just a tagline, it's a call to action. Building a thriving workforce in a dynamic landscape invites us to explore how we can shape workplaces that are agile, inclusive, and purpose-driven. It challenges us to rethink traditional HR strategies and embrace a future where human potential is nurtured through adaptability, empathy, and continuous learning. Today's conversations will spotlight thought-provoking keynotes, dynamic panel discussions, bold ideas, proven strategies, and peer-to-peer exchanges with some of our most visionary minds in the industry. The highlight of the evening will be prestigious National HR Excellence Awards and the exclusive Who's Who of the Talent Acquisition Awards, a tribute to those who lead with empathy, strategy, and courage. These awards recognize not just achievement, the kind that builds better companies and to the power of human potential.
We now invite our esteemed dignitaries to the stage for the traditional lamp lighting ceremony. May I request our distinguished guests to kindly come forward for lighting the ceremonial lamp. Sri Ravichandran Rajagopal, Vice Chairman, Sri Vishnu Educational Society. Sri P.B. Kothur, HR Global Engineering Academy, L&T Technology Services. Mr. Sai Sharan, Regional Corporate Head, Nura. Mr. Himanshu Shekhar Oja, Director, Global Resources Management and Organizational Development Council. Mr. Anil Bonu, State Chairperson, Global Human Resource Management and Organizational Development Council. Mr. Sonu Gupta, State President, Global Human Resource Management and Organizational Development Council. Mr. Santosh Ganesh, Founder and Director, Global Council for Promotion of International Trade. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our dignitaries with a warm round of applause.
With the ceremonial lamp now lit, symbolizing the illumination of ideas and the spirit of collaboration, we move forward to a moment of great significance. It is my honor to invite Mr. Himanshu Shekhar to deliver the opening address for the National HR Summit. Mr. Himanshu Shekhar is a strategic HR professional and business consultant with over 2 decades of experience across IT, BPO, manufacturing, and financial services. He has led large-scale HR transformations, including growing Aadhar House Finance Limited from 65 to 3,000 plus employees and successfully managing its complex merger with Vaisya. With global consulting experience in India, UK, Riyadh, London, and Dubai, he is recognized as a trusted advisor to C-level leaders. An MBA from Warwick Business School, he was featured in Poets and Quants. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Himanshu Shekhar with a warm round of applause.
Thank you for the introduction. Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, distinguished guests, and eminent speakers. It's indeed an honor to welcome all of you here at the National HR Summit 2025, organized by GHRMODC, that is the Global Human Resource Management and OD Council, and supported by Sri Vishnu Group of Institutions. Today's theme is building a thriving workforce for a very dynamic landscape. And what I understand is that a theme is a subject matter which invites discussions leading to plausible solutions for complex problems thrown before us by circumstances. In the next few minutes, I would like to explicate these circumstances and try to create a cogent rationale as to why we have chosen this theme. So ever since 2020, we have been witnessing one disruption or the other, which has affected life in general and business in particular. The pandemic taught us that work can be done anywhere, everywhere, and that we cannot take talent for granted. Ukraine war exposed the fragilities of global supply chain and nuclear hegemony. The consolidation of power by Xi Jinping and Putin have established that for centuries to come, autocracy and semi-democracy will continue to coexist with very vulnerable democracies now. So all these things are going to impact business as well as our lives. What I feel is businesses will have to grapple with uncertainty over a protracted period of time, and that will be characterized by certain salient features such as 3 generations of workforce, the long-awaited rise of women in the workforce, then consumer getting absolute power because of data, and the consumer will decide now how companies reconfigure their own value chain. In my opinion, leadership in the coming 2 decades will undergo a dynamic paradigm shift. Women will have to be treated as genuine source of talent and soft skills, and not merely a lip service. Dynamic and flexible career pathing for 3 generations, at least 3 generations of workforce living together in an organization. And of course, the emergence of data, it has not reached its saturation point, but it's on its way there as a very, very inimitable source of competitive advantage. So what does this imply for human resources as a function, as an organization? Around 25 years ago, somewhere in the middle of 2000, Dave Ulrich's HR human resource champions came into vogue, and it clearly showed a model where it laid down the imperative of HR playing simultaneous roles of administrative agent, change champion, strategic business partner, and employee champion. But now, 25 years hence, things seem to be a little different. The administrative role has been taken completely by AI. Companies jostle towards, imbibing this particular model. Few of them succeeded, became case studies, but a majority of them, they could not get the essence of this model. For example, even today, we find an HR resource sitting near line managers in a business unit, and he or she is so-called business partner. But the intent has not been there to solve complex business problems through people variables. Change is now at an organizational capability, and it's no more the bailiwick and the responsibility of HR alone. And it is, and one line manager having 50 or 60 people reporting into him, he cannot be the only employee champion, or the HR cannot be the only employee champion. It has to be a complete organization-wide effort. At the risk of sounding a little candid, excuse me for my candor, but I have the habit of speaking the truth. At times, I'm intrigued and also I'm humored by the fact that we as HR professionals, we have been talking about getting a seat at the table. But I think we have not made the genuine effort of helping HR evolve into a decision function. Like marketing evolved as a decision science from accounts, which was a practice. Finance evolved into a decision science from accounts, which was a practice. Marketing, sorry, from the sales part, it emerged. So human resource is probably at somewhere at the crossroads here. And I think the most reliable explanation for this is that we have been still shying away from being a completely evidence-based practice. So, as a matter of fact, and this is an irrefutable fact according to me, that in an organization, 20% of the talent achieves 80% of business results, and still we do not apply the principles of segmentation and optimization of investments and base our policies and practices on evidence. The evidence comes from data. We are yet to become a completely data mature function. HR has to realize, excuse me, that at this particular point of time, we have to be evidence-based and we have to leverage data, because undoubtedly data will not only solve business problems, but it can augment, I think, our realization of ROI in a much bigger and faster manner. Operating models, particularly espoused by consulting firms such as Gartner, McKinsey, Deloitte, I have great appreciation for them, no doubt about it. And even if I want to, I cannot accuse them of plagiarism because they have improvised their operating models from time to time. But I find a flaw, which is all the components of those operating models happen to have equal weightages, which is, I think, is a source of vulnerability. And these operating models, the truth is that they can only be imbibed in letter and spirit by big organizations who have the financial wherewithal and all the resources. What about the startup ecosystem? I mean, standing in Bangalore and not talking about startup ecosystem will be like a kind of blasphemy, because this city has been the epicenter of innovation and entrepreneurship for the last 30 years, yeah, or probably more than that. So what about them? We are at a place, but yes, I may sound pessimistic, but that is not the intent. I just want to be candid, and I stand before a mirror every day, trust me, in my personal life also, and I tell myself that, no, you're not a better person than you were yesterday or day before. So that applies to my professional field as well. We have started going in that direction, which is evidence-based and data, and we have started taking, though forcibly, we have started taking our employees seriously. We need to have a shift in our mindset, because in the last 20 years, I have come across very few leaders who have not treated or who do not perceive talent as a means to their individual ends. I mean, when I say individual, not personal, but realizing the ROI or shareholders' returns or having a good board meeting and all. Now it's time that the leaders need to understand and realize that the person who is working out there in the field the person who happens to be a foot soldier, he or she knows much more than a leader or CXO knows. That kind of shift in mentality is required. So, and trust me, when I read the book Too Big to Fail in 2012, I think, after the financial crisis, the great financial crisis as they call it, I don't know why the West has a penchant for calling everything catastrophic as great, the Great Fire of London. I'll never understand this concept. Anyways, that the financial, when I read that book, I realized that almost out of 23 characters, not fictitious characters, they were real characters, CEO of Lehman Brothers and JP Dimon and all those Barclays, they were too big to fail and all. Only two of them were ladies. They were females. So that thought struck into me, and that exhorted me to write an article way back in 2000, a couple of years ago. I don't understand on LinkedIn that why we need to give more attention to women in the workforce, and I seriously believe in that because they come with a certain skill set, which is a lateral thought process, which is very much required today. So, having given the rationale or having delineated some of the circumstances which force us to think about HR or human capital management in a different perspective altogether, before I conclude, I would say that the race for the AI is on, but it all depends on context. And let me admit that organizations today have to choose between among three options: AI alone, human alone, AI plus human, or the mixture of all the three. But it totally depends upon the context. Last but not the least, benchmarking is a very deceptive word. We need to look at our own context, individual context, people context, and not like just run behind benchmarking. I hope that the 4 sessions, the panel discussions which are arranged today will mobilize our thoughts, ideas, and galvanize us to take some actions, sincere actions, which can help us help HR evolve as a function that promises inclusion, belonging, meritocracy, customized or treatment for people, a big human deal which is still in the pipeline. And I hope that at the end of the session, all of us, when we go back, we have, and I'm sure we will have takeaways, very intellectual takeaways, which will help us to celebrate a lot. With this, I invite Vice Chairman of the Sri Vishnu Educational Society, Sri Ravichandran Rajagopal, for his presidential address. Good luck and thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Manish. Thank you so much for setting up the tone, shedding light on what's happening around, what can be done. And on a personal note, I really liked the way you mentioned the importance of women in the workforce. Thank you so much for that. And now I request our Vice Chairman, Mr. Ravichandran Rajagopal Garu, to address the gathering. We are deeply honored to have with us Mr. Ravichandran Rajagopal, Vice Chairman, Sri Vishnu Educational Society. Sri Ravichandran Rajagopal is a nature lover, trek enthusiast, passionate photographer, and avid traveler who believes that network is net worth of individual. A mechanical engineer from NIT Trichy and a management graduate from IIM Calcutta. Now I invite our Vice Chairman Garu to address the gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Swati, and good morning to all of you. I'm usually comfortable addressing students, and here is the first time I'm addressing a large gathering of, people from the HR community. And I think I need to set the context for the audience, and I'm very happy that I have my colleagues here because we run a large education institution in both AP and Telangana, and I have principals of all my institutions here. And some of the senior faculty and the heads of department. And the only reason all of them are here is because they're wanting to witness for the first time, how do we, network with a large community of industry decision makers. And so therefore today's National HR Excellence Awards 25, we are really privileged, that we are, hosting this, and thanks to Santosh, I think Santosh, Ganesh, and who are, I think, organizing this whole event, is made it possible. And so we are all traveling from faraway places, Hyderabad, Bhimavaram, which is 2 hours from Vijayawada. And so we have a real large battalion to celebrate the National HR Summit and also participate in the awards ceremony. Now, having said that, I'm really also privileged that we have Dr. P.B. Kotturu as a chief guest for today, and all from the industry. And all of them I'm meeting for the first time in the morning. Of course, Dr. Kotturu, I met him in earlier occasion. But I'm just looking at Sai Sharan, First time I heard about Noora, but really never knew that Noora is going to be one of the participants for event, and I'm really glad that I could get to meet you. And then we have Mr. Sonu Gupta, and we have Anil Bonu, who's having his own startup on the talent space. And definitely Mr. Himanshu Oja, I think you have set the context, but I'm trying to figure out what am I to address, because I need to do it on the fly, because it needs to connect with all of you. And so what I was just thinking, which I will come back to the anxieties that the HR community has to stay relevant and evidence-based. I will probably take some of it in my talk. But the other thing is, I would say that I'm really motivated by looking at the LinkedIn profile of Himanshu. In fact, I just told him that I will take his LinkedIn profile as the context of my talk today, because it was a pretty elaborate LinkedIn profile, which was very different. And I'm sure Himanshu is, that's why he is what he is. He's one of the leaders. Because where I took inspiration from his profile is every organization that he worked in, he has spelt out the kind of skills that he garnered from those experiences that he did in those organizations. And he spelled it out very meticulously. It was not just a general AI-generated stuff. So I thought it was a very cool way of, kind of introducing yourself, especially in a social media community. And because it just talks not about his work experience, but it talks about what he brought to the table during that work experience. So when I look at that in the context of academia, and I'm trying to understand, academia is predominantly delivering knowledge. And in the context of knowledge, how do we map it to skills? Because that's where there is a real cry from the industry. See, I am part of the CII Telangana Education Panel convener. So always the challenge for us when we talk to the industry is the gap between academia and the industry expectation. So what I was just thinking in the context of what he did, in fact, the biggest challenge for us in the academia community is genuinely mapping that knowledge to those skills. And that's where there is a rapid change that I'm seeing that is evolving. Because in the context, because all of you are HR people, you have skill gap analysis. You do a lot of skill gap analysis in organizations to find out, one, your existing employees, where is the skill gap? And then try and see how do you address those skill gaps by doing upskilling. You also have the skill gap in terms of new hires, and therefore you know that these are the gaps that is expected to ensure that the functions are done efficiently. So in a similar way, we have to address the skill gaps of the knowledge that we are delivering to the skill gaps that are actually demonstrable at the end of delivery of that knowledge, piece of knowledge. And this is where I think I'm taking inspiration from Himanshu's LinkedIn profile. And I think our conversations during the rest of the day when we meet each one of you in different, different ways, we would like to, really talk about this. But I will also tell you how we have modestly started doing this. And the way that we have been doing this is we have offices all over India. We have offices in NCR region. We have offices in Bangalore. We have offices in Pune. We have offices. We had an office in Baroda, but we are trying to relocate to Ahmedabad. And we have office in Chennai. And we are not a university, mind you. The intention is because we run industries. We are not educationists I would say we are educationists by inheritance, because this was a founder who was an industrialist who created this education academy, but we have inherited it. So now, having run industries, how do we look education in a very different frame of what we expect that should be relevant to today's industry and also to our students. So that's where I think we have been different, because we are not a VIT Vellore who has evolved since 83 or an SRM who's talking about large numbers. But more than anything else, we are more interested in what we bring relevance to and purpose to our students, and therefore to the industries that we want them to work with. And that's why our whole philosophy is driven from that metrics. So we have created large number of collaborations with industries. To name a few, I would list out. In fact, I think Mr. Satish and his team has kind of created a document which is being shared with all the participants here today to kind of talk about how we are able to map all those industries and the skills that we are delivering to the students. So if I look at it, we have actually, we are a very strong, work relationship with Wipro, where Dr. Kotur had been there earlier. We are part of the Mission 10X programs that Kotur founded, and then he ensured that faculty, he was talking about 30,000 students and faculty, he was talking about 1,300 colleges, which they have started in a modest way, but it made a large impact nationally. So we are part of that, and we are part of, Capgemini has created some of these centers, because Capgemini is also an ER&D company. So the ER&D part of it requires skilling right from the curriculum. So we have became a part of Capgemini's ER&D team in Bangalore as well as in Mumbai. And Mumbai, we have collaborated with them for the medical devices, because we are running programs in biomedical. So we are also tied up with IBM. We have also tied up with Google on cloud and AI. So, of course, all colleges do that, but we do it in a very different way, because there are specific students tasked to this. But more importantly, we train our faculty, and we have faculty champions who champion each of these centers. We have in Bangalore, we have Bosch, where we have tied up with hydrogen fuel cell and electrolyzer. We have tied up with Ambient Scientific, which is into AI-powered processors. And yesterday, I was with Altera, which Intel had acquired, and now they have demerged. And because semiconductors is a big opportunity in India, and how do we train, bring skills that are required in the industry? So we work by going to the industries and building those capabilities in our faculty. So we have done that. So these are some of the areas on which we collaborate and we look different from large institutions. But having said that, I am also kind of very happy to quote Dr. Kotur, because he talked about something which is very, it caught me, I liked it. I liked that quote. What he said was, he talks about ABCs, because I was talking to him, how do we bring relevance between academia and industry? So he said the best way to do that is you create A is an application mindset, B is a behavioral excellence, and C is character building. So I thought this was very cool, and I think if we keep this as our North Star, a lot of things as an academic institution, we will be able to build into the 4 years journey that a student has. And that's our responsibility. And that's where I think we stand out, and we are very happy that we are able to, exchange these new thoughts, which might be old thoughts, but then when you want to internalize, you need a situation like this to try and seriously internalize this. So that was a great discussion that I had. I also would like to share that, see, while I've talked about industry labs, we also have started something very unique with industries, which we call it as co-innovation lab. So Hexagon is a very big global design company in the world, and Hyderabad fortunately has the capability center. So we are working very closely with the managers in Hexagon. See, all corporates have a limited R&D budget. I'm talking of, if the company has to do something new, they have a special team that is given a budget, and then the managers are asked to kind of have futuristic projects that they would like to do, but they want to build capabilities. So those futuristic projects, they have a small team, but a limited budget. So therefore, if there are 20 such ideas, they might be working in just 10 ideas because that is of immediate consequence to the company's future. The 10 ideas, we tell them, why don't you give it to us? And of course, there are issues related to IP, there are issues related to competencies. But what we do is we break those ideas into 3-month projects, tasks. And there is a manager who's assigned to us. There is a faculty we assign to the manager. And the faculty has a group of 5-6 students. And each task is done in bit size of 3 months. And we have been very successful with Hexagon in doing some of the projects, because Hexagon, just for people who don't know much about Hexagon, is a global company into designing for oil and gas industry. So they do a lot of piping diagrams. So just to give a simple example, most of the diagrams are 2D diagrams. So they're just printed on we make it in a graph sheet and then we print it out, and the piping, layout, designs, everything are given. But these are all legacy drawings. Now you want to bring them into 3D because these legacy drawings have to be converted. So they they give such tasks to us with a manager, mentor, as well as faculty, who in turn takes it to the student groups and works on these projects to convert them. And there will be an IP in that. In that, IP is basically belonging to the company, and therefore they're comfortable to build that trust with us. So every organization goes through a cycle to build a trust. So this is one example, I would say, which we call it co-innovation, because there is a mutual benefit. The company's projects that it has deferred as not priority is a priority for an academic institution like us. Students gain knowledge, faculty are engaged with the industry, and the industry is benefiting because there is some work that is done that can be internalized once there is a proof of concept that is created. So this is an example of how we can work with industry, and also how industry can contribute to knowledge where the knowledge can be applied. And that's where I think it's a win-win situation. So having talked about that, I was just thinking about what Mr. Himanshu talked about, HR practice, the AI world and then evidence-based businesses for HR. And I was thinking, see, most of us in the management institutions think about that the world of HR is evolved so much that all practicing managers are actually HR people, you know. And I think where the HR community is now going to is how do they stay relevant when so much of the HR practices are actually supposed to be the practice of the managers themselves, right? Starting from the CEO. Today, you ask a CEO how much of his time is devoted towards human resources. He or she will say 60%. And so that has important aspect to how human resources is seen, not just as a function that is not part of the business. So can HR community, work as mentors to these managers and therefore be relevant for the future? And that's where I think the HR community also could possibly pivot to being serious mentors that can give impact to the business. And because every manager, just because they are technical in nature, doesn't qualify to be a HR person in mindset. So therefore, the fact that if a project team has to be very successful, if a business has to be successful, the managers require people who have those soft skills in managing people, managing expectations, building KPIs, all this which are core HR functions. Can the HR community pivot to be mentors to each of these people and therefore stay relevant? Because they can bring in technology, they can bring in the soft skills, they can bring in the knowledge that kind of helps these people, the line managers function better with their team, get better throughput. So these are some of the softer side I was just trying to think of on what Mr. Himanshu was trying to convey. So having said that, I'm really happy that this program has been organized in a very nice way. I thank the organizers, especially Mr. Santosh Ganesh and Mr. Narayan Pava, who is also not mentioned here. And I wish the National HR Excellence Awards conclave all success and its speakers the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful, powerful note about our institutions. I think he has covered all the, our associations, our achievements, what Sri Vishnu Educational Society does for the students, for the faculty, and for the parents as well. It is now my privilege to invite our esteemed chief guest to share their thoughts on vision. We are honored to have with us Dr. P.B. Kothur, Global Head for Engineering Academy, L&T Technology Services. He is a Global Goodwill Ambassador, TEDx speaker, author, and corporate leader with over 2 decades of experience in IT and engineering services. He is currently associated with L&T Technology Services and is an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad, a renowned motivational and keynote speaker who is passionate about leadership, AI technology, and global talent transformation. May I now request to kindly share his thoughts and enlighten us with the insights that will guide us in building a thriving workforce in today's dynamic environment. Please.
Thank you, madam. That's a wonderful introduction. Good morning to all of you. I know that you are all sipping tea. Good morning to all of you. That's fabulous. May I request all of you to join hands, applaud both Ganesh Santosh and team and Dr. Ravichandran's team. Big round of applause. Now somebody from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and somebody from West Bengal being in Bangalore, creating wonderful opportunity to all of us to join, converse, have a coffee, tea, and then smile and take a selfie and go back with a beautiful memory. ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡೆಯ, ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಬಲದಿಂದ ತಮಂದದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡೆಯ, ಪರುಷದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅವಲೋಹದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡೆಯ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶರಣರ ಅನುಭವದಿಂದ ಎನ್ನ ಭವದ ಕೇಡು ನುಡಯ್ಯ. I know that many of you are not understanding Kannada. It is not about making Kannada a sense, but it's a spirit. The message comes from the 12th century in Karnataka. The social reformer, the person who implemented the first parliament in the entire humanity across the globe, Lord Basaveshwara, is his saying, the knowledge drives away our ignorance. ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ. The light drives away the darkness. Then, when you have people like you, it drives away all my unknowns, misunderstandings, and misdeeds. That's the beauty of having wonderful people from academia and industry for this beautiful day, where we are talking amongst ourselves about the HRMODC and Vishnu Group of Institutions. They are organizing for all of us a thought leadership idea, building a thriving workforce in a dynamic landscape. At the outset, they also have a Excellence Awards. Thank you, Santosh and team, for bringing me on a Friday. He told me, Kotur sir, you should come by 9:15. I will be 9:15 sharp. So it's supposed to be start at 9:30. Then I felt that when colleagues, all of you coming from remote part of Bangalore or central part of the Bangalore, why always delay in Bangalore are 3 hours? Because 3 hours is a beautiful movie and internationally won awards, RRR. Can you have a steps for that? No. But for Bangaloreans to attend a program, 3 hours is road, rain and reactiveness. Right? It's always right. Why you are late? It's road. Why? Today's rain. It happens every day. And then for possibly the third hour is the reactiveness because not proactiveness. Because we work around the clock and then time is precious. The third part possibly why this time important for all of us is the 3T. Not a Trump, trade and tariff. It is a talent, technology and tomorrow. So I bring this digital phenomena, 1 + 1 = 1, not 2. Right? It's a digital arithmetic is different from arithmetic of the mathematics. Talent plus technology and tomorrow. So for all of us, talent is a primary and the technology with which we cannot live because everybody has to have mobile at hand 24/7 and possibly even spouse is not around but we have a mobile at hand to make us awake. And tomorrow. As a wonderful theme, we have one side industry and another side academia. And therefore, bridging the gap between both the worlds is a very paramount. So the thought behind today's session, I sincerely thank Dr. Ravichandran, Himanshu, Sonu, my dear friend, Sai Sharan and Anil, and Santosh. Santosh is only organizing everything behind, but on the front end, we see all the leaders. Idea is to create the beautiful world tomorrow. It is possible with AI. Yes or no? All of you are scared of AI? No, you should not be scared of. A is academia, I is industry. That's all. Very simple, right? If you bridge both of them, you will create a wonderful world. Because that's the world we are around. India is known for its talent, known for its technology, and therefore India creates tomorrow. And therefore, we can leverage the power of the people here, the power of the technology, and AI is nothing. AI, if you don't use it any domain, it is nothing. It is nothing. And you need not be scared of. AI, when applied with domain, it is a power. Sai Shiran, you create the wonderful. He brings the AI plus medical devices and then scans each one of you, invasive, non-invasive. Both he can do if he wants. That's the power of AI technology. And when you look at the entire country across the globe, the power each of you have contributed is significant. My heartfelt gratitude to all of you, both academia and industry. You have brought 30 crore people out of the poverty line. It's not a small thing. When I was a young boy in the village, going to colleges, schools, whenever went to cinema hall, we used to see on the screen, India is a third world country. What is that? Third world country. Today, world's third largest economy. In just 20-24 months, Who has created? All of you, all of us. It is just the same land. Borders are not expanded. Only brilliance has expanded. People have not made money out of anywhere. People made out of the thing above the neck. The success and failure always determined, and we chose the success over the failures. We learned from failures, we drove success. That's what today India is growing faster with young talent, faster with implementation, and faster with innovations. When you bridge academia and industry, you need to bring 3 I's. So, Dr. Ravi always tells that ABC, just we spoke. 3 I's, it is not Shiva Paramatma, that Trinetrudu. First I is ideas. Both academia and industry should have ideas. Second I is investments. Kanchanam Karasiddhi. The third is an implementation. You have enough of ideas, filter it out what is the best for us, bring investment, enough people are there. People who joined industry in 95 to 96 are retiring and they're becoming entrepreneurs, and they're all having a money. It's a genuinely earned money, not like politicians. And investments come. Government of India, for every young person coming with a startup idea, gives 50 lakhs. Government of Karnataka gives 35 lakhs. I'm on their skill development, and we see every year 50 lakhs is given for a young boy or a girl to come up with a unique idea. Investment is there. Only where we possibly need to speed up is implementation. Get into the things and get it implemented. Don't drag it. Don't drop the ball. That's an important message for all of us. And interestingly, we are blessed with 3 Ds: demography, diversity, and digital. What else you need to implement the 3 I's? Very simple, because we have more than 60% of the population are less than 30, and we are also youngsters. Absolutely, we have more energy than our 20s and 25s. So that is the energy that we have to leverage for the betterment of the country. Viksit Bharat is not just the slogan, Viksit Bharat is a reality. And we have moved from 11th economy to 4th now, possibly we progress faster. We have blessed with the brilliant academia who have contributed significantly. Even as an industry, we can claim that we created, but the talent came from them. And we all come from them. Without A, there is no I. Therefore, AI is a combination. So therefore, we have to talk about 3 C's: connect, converge, and collaborate. But I have been hearing from industry institute collaboration for the last 40 years, and now it is important that we have to do it. Look at Government of Karnataka has a guarantee programs. 59,000 crore it spends. But all the India incorporation spends 1.2 lakh crore. But you don't get name. How much? 1.2 lakh crore or 2.2 lakh crore, which is equivalent to India's agricultural budget. But nobody's talked about it. Nobody's talked about it. When Ravichandran was talking to me, I mentioned about Mission 10X when I was in Wipro. We implemented as a cause for the societal transformation. 30,000 professors are trained on methodology of teaching engineering. We made the teachers sing, dance in the classrooms. Their PhDs felt initially that they were shying, but I see some of the faces here, some of the teachers, they sang, danced in the classroom to make their students inspired. So that's the beauty of the industry institute collaboration. And therefore, when you bring that energy into the classroom, you can create a wonderful. Grateful to all the academia who have made India prospering and progressing, further creating the dream realization. Possibly I will close because there are so many other brilliant people, eminent people talking about. In the HRM side of the story and the industries, one important message which I always believed and practiced: people are not prophets. And without people, no profits. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kothur. Your positive vibes have really reached us, and you have really set the ambience little lighter and serene. Thank you so much once again. And ladies and gentlemen, as we continue this meaningful gathering, it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu, State Chairperson, Global HR Management and Organizational Development Council, to share a few words with us. Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu is a visionary HR tech leader with a 22 plus years of experience in the human capital management and enterprise solutions across the UAE, USA, and India. He is a founder and CEO of Talent Spotify and SaaS platform leveraging ML and OKRs to measure the reward employee achievement, and also the founder of Apps Dreams Systems, a provider of comprehensive HCM solutions and training. His expertise spans Oracle Fusion, SAP SuccessFactors, Oracle e-business suite, RPA Cloud, and Salesforce, with a proven track record of managing multi-million-dollar IT portfolio and delivering complex and global projects. Having held pivotal roles at Emaar Properties and Emirates Airlines, Anil is recognized as a trailblazer in HR tech, driving innovations and empowering organizations to unlock workforce potential and achieve sustainable work growth. Please put your hands together in welcoming Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, all of you, and good morning, everyone, whomever there in the dais. Today, just welcome to our National HR Summit 2025, and the theme is building a thriving workforce in a dynamic landscape. When it is coming to that, I am more of towards the technology perspective. I'm just more interested on that one. But my bread and butter since last 2 decades onwards is purely HR. So I don't know anything other than HR. So all functions are related to that because it's came up into my blood in such a way that I will always think about from recruitment to retirement. Whatever it is, you can just do that. But today, last 20 years onwards, you can see the particular HR function is changing day by day. And since last 2022, if you can observe it, there is a rapid change after AI come up, right? Especially as of now, the AI is coming up more of in terms of talent acquisition and talent management. Still, I feel that AI is at a very, very early stage, and it is going to be come up in a bigger way. But most of the people are thinking that when AI comes up, what will happen to the jobs? This is what actually most of the people are worrying about it. Yes, there are certain jobs will go out, but that will not be going out, that will be transforming into a new jobs. It will be creating as a new job economy. That's what actually it's going to be happen on this one. And there is no impact unless until if you do learn the new things, or if you are not doing any upskilling, or if you want to do any cross-skilling, or if you are doing the same old job, yes, definitely there will be a threat. But otherwise, any HR profession is purely happily, they can work it out and co-work with AI profession, that point. And also, as of that today, as a part of GHRMODC, part of the team, and today we are welcoming to the National HR Summit to everybody. And also I want to congratulate to all National HR Excellence Award winners, whomever it is, contributed to their profession towards to make it as a great achievement. Welcome to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu. We thank you for your valuable words. As we continue to the meaningful gathering, it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Sai Sharan, Regional Corporate Head, Global HR Resources Management and Organizational Development Council, to share a few words with us. Sai Sharan is a senior HR leader serving as a Regional Corporate Head with the Global HR Management and Organizational Development Council. He specializes in driving organizational growth through strategic HR, leadership development, and people-centric initiatives. With strong expertise in corporate governance and workforce engagement, he has built a reputation for aligning human capital strategies with business goals. Passionate about empowering people, Sai Sharan continues to make an impact by shaping effective HR practices and fostering sustainable organizational development. May I now request Mr. Sai Sharan to give his address. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the note. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sai Sharan, and I am the Regional Corporate Head for Noora. I would like to thank Mr. Santosh for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful occasion. Quite a bit of insights that we've received from the dignitaries. on dais, and I'm really privileged to be here. You all are winners here today because the kind of spirit that you all have kept up, despite of incessant rain, has been truly phenomenal. Thank you for being a part of this event. I may have to request the dignitaries to slightly tilt their chairs and face towards the screen, because I will, either ways, whatever is comfortable for you all. I am so sorry to have this arrangement, but I would like to present something quite insightful for the benefit of all. So, hence, requesting the dignitaries to, you may just tilt the chairs and sit. Chairs and sit. I think that should be fine. Yeah? Okay, cool. I would like to begin my presentation with a small video. Now, what was the first thing that came to your mind after looking at this? Well, just to bring in some relevancy here, it was an exciting race, but not an ideal ending, right? All of you all enjoyed it, but till not the end part. So just imagine, you're the body as the car, and mind as the driver, and heart as the engine. Now, if we don't have our engines, that is the heart, in check and measures, which is a subject matter of wear and tear, our life goes for a toss. Hence, the importance of preventive screening. No matter what you're doing in life, if you were to get your health checkup done, you're on top of your health and you can continue to do what you love. Before I get to this definition, so the routine that we follow, normally when you're not well, you go visit a doctor, the doctor prescribes some medicine, and some tests. Basis the severity of your case, you either go to a hospital or a diagnostic center, right? Agree? Now, by definition, screening means testing the healthy population. It is an orientation taken by an healthy individual. It's a proactive measure taken by oneself to say, hey, I know I'm healthy, but I do not want to be taken by surprises in the present or future, which is why I opt to screen. Right? So that is the definition of screening. And Noora is in the space of screening. So we are a Fujifilm organization. Fujifilm. Anyone who has good memories with Fujifilm? Wow, that's great. And that's one of the biggest leverages Fujifilm has, imaging technology. They are so smart. Rather than becoming irrelevant in the market, what they did, they pivoted themselves into medical equipment manufacturing, and thereby started building screening centers across the country, right? So we are a Fujifilm organization. Noora basically means new way of radiology. We highly leverage upon imaging technology to pick up the slightest of the health concern that is there as a threat lurking inside your body, right? Moving forward. Our objective, I'm sorry, you may not be able to see the full article. This is basically an article which was covered in Hindu. What does it say? India lacks a systematic screening program. India lacks a systematic screening program. Thereby, by having more screening programs, we will be able to save lives. Early detection happens, and therefore, people will be able to have a greater longevity. That is precisely our objective. That is to save life by setting up more and more screening centers across the country. Now, our uniqueness. Our respected dignitary spoke about AI, right? I would like to also talk about AI, but I will expound more about it in my upcoming slides. Now, this is our center that you see in circle. So this is the screening center at Indiranagar, Bangalore. And one of the uniqueness that we have at our center is the serene environment. We make it more welcoming to the guest. We don't call them patients. We call you guests because it is important coming from a Japanese background. Not only the technology aspect of it, we also believe in good hospitality. Normally people don't like going for the health checkup because they're already in anxiety and they are in the confluence of asymptomatic people, hospital environment, so on and so forth. But we are a standalone center. Every guest is a VIP for us, and it is a handheld assistant. So we have a dedicated person assigned to the guests from point A to point D by the time for them to complete the whole screening. Can anybody guess how many minutes we take to complete the whole screening? Huh? That's quite futuristic. Right. Well, the answer is on the screen. We take about just 120 minutes to complete your whole screening process. You heard it right. What is a day affair of about 7 to 8 hours? We have reduced that to about just 120 minutes. Can you believe that? You come at 9 o'clock in the morning, then by 11, you can move out, continue to do what you like. You can go back to your offices. Now, imagine the kind of time saving that happens. HR would be thinking, oh, why not? Let's adopt this, right? So it is the thought of the hour. And I would also like to add on to the way HRs have responded to our solution. They have been quite adaptive. At the same time, they have been able to save lives of many of their colleagues in the organization. Right? So the best part is the doctor consultation happens on the same time as soon as your screening process is complete. What does that lead to? It leads to action from day one. From day one, you are able to be in action about your own health. You get to know the results in just 2 hours, and you can start taking those corrective steps to ensure that you're on top of your health. Moving on to the AI technology, right? Like we had Dr. Putter talk about AI. Domain expertise and AI is a big strength, and that is what Fujifilm is leveraging upon. Now we use CT scan machines to screen your body. Now what happens? Traditionally, CT scan machine is a subject matter of radiation. A traditional CT scan machine emits about 50 times that of an X-ray, and a low dosage of radiation is about 10 times that of an X-ray, but an ultra low dose of radiation is just 1 X-ray. That is what we use at Noura. We use ultra low dosage of radiation to figure out your health status. But there's a problem. When we use an ultra low dosage of radiation, the image quality goes for a toss. It becomes quite noisy and grainy. The first image that you look here, you can't really comprehend that. That is when the first AI step kicks in. It cleans the image, right? So it sharpens the image quality, makes it more comprehensible for the person who is reading a report. Second, AI becomes a good supporting tool. It helps the radiologist and the doctor to find any lurking threats within the reports. So it is the domain expertise plus the AI again coming in, right? So our radiologists highly leverage upon the AI. It's a good decision support tool, but not the decision maker. It is the radiologist who makes the final call. So here's a case study. You must be saying, Sai, what have you guys really found out with your screenings, right? So this was a mammogram which was conducted in Japan for 3 years, 2011, 12, and 13. Only in 2013, through biopsy, it was proven to be cancerous. Now the beauty of AI is this. I'm sorry, you may not be able to see those images, but I'm happy to share it later. We were able to find out the smallest of lesion in 2011 itself. It had started to grow in 2012, and 13 had captured a larger portion of the organ. Now that's the value that we bring on table. If everybody opts to screen, there is a scope for early detection. And that's how we are saving lives. Moving on. Some of the key tests that I would like to expound about. Now before I go that, there's a picture on your right. Basically, this says that whatever you eat is a direct shadow on your heart, right? So eat healthy, live healthy, right? Some of the key tests that we do at our center is the heart calcium score. Number one killer in India today is heart attack. You've seen your friends collapsing, you've seen your colleagues collapsing, playing a sport, or just attending a marriage. Why is it happening? Clogged arteries. We do a simple non-invasive scan to find out the coronary calcium deposits in your arteries. And we give you a hint saying, hey, it's time for you to check. It's time for you to go see a cardiologist and do what is required to keep on top of your health. Now, visceral fat. How many of you all thought having a belly is a sign of prosperity? It's a sign of obesity. Yeah. So again, one of the leading causes for heart attack, obesity, hypertension, and so on. Absolutely not healthy. So we give you the amount of fat which is there within your body. The fat you see outside is subcutaneous fat. But viscera means organs. The fat surrounding the organs is called visceral fat. It is quite vicious in nature. You can definitely reverse it with good diet, exercise, and a healthy lifestyle as well. Third test, the bone mineral density, right? We need bones, don't we? To walk, to talk, to live life. So definitely there is a need to understand how healthy our bones are, how brittle or how strong our bones are. So that's one of the key tests that we do. And then metabolic syndrome. It's a combination of 5 key tests which basically tell you on an overall perspective you're healthy or not. And cancer screening. Like I just demonstrated with the case study, cancer screening, we have saved many lives. Trust me, in nick of time when people were just did not have any symptoms. We have found out cases, we have helped them address it by suggesting them to visit a specialist. You're asking, if you're thinking, Sai, how is it even relevant? Now, this was an article which was posted by Times of India just about last week, 12th September. It says, basically this talks about 4 non-invasive tests to check if there are any clogged arteries. Visceral fat is one of them, and they also mention about advanced cardiac tests, and heart calcium score is one of them. So it is relevant. What we are doing is relevant. 75% of the tests that we do at our center is directly linked to the ailments that are connected to the Indian society, right? So these are the 2 key tests that is relevant to the article here. Now quickly, just to wrap up, we have our beautiful centers and this has been our journey so far. So we started in Bangalore in 2021, we moved out to Gurugram in 2022, and then Mumbai in 2023, Hyderabad in 2023, and Calicut. One of the best centers that we have ever had so far. It is built across 33,000 square feet. It is a global innovation center. So our vision is to have, by 2050, our vision is to have around 500 centers, both globally and in India as well. So that's the vision that we have, and we would want to train like academia, right? So we want to train people to our best levels to ensure that they know how to do their programs at respective centers. And this is how our centers looks, by the way. This is our center in Mongolia. We have 2 centers in Mongolia and 1 in Vietnam. And we have 3 centers as we speak getting ready in Cape Town, UAE, and Philippines as well. Nothing but we invite you to be a part of Good Health. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was lovely to be a part of this session.
Thank you, Mr. Sai Sharan. That's a great integration of medicine and AI. I wish our AI students are here to witness this. Now, I invite Mr. Santosh to hand over the mementos to the dignitaries. May I request all the dignitaries to come to the dais, please.
Our last speaker, Mr. Sonu Gupta, he would like to share a small video clip as he believes in visuals and he says a video is more than 100,000 words. So we hereby present a small video that helps us in knowing something better about Coder's Brain, a company devoted to bridge talent gap in AI and technology, which provides on-demand developers across technology.
Welcome to Coder's Brain. We don't just fill roles, we build powerful tech teams, the team which goes beyond your expectations. With flexible hiring, real-time collaboration, aligned with your mission, we're not just filling roles, we're shaping the future. With over a decade of expertise, we've empowered more than 500 plus companies to scale at speed. In the last 10 years, we've deployed more than 4,000 plus developers over various MNCs. Many of them have been successfully converted into permanent positions under our C2H arrangement. We deliver on-demand developers quick, seamless, and efficient. Meet Sonu Gupta, the visionary behind Coder's Brain. With over 27 years of experience in IT, he founded Coder's Brain in 2015 with a bold mission to redefine how workforce solutions are delivered. But his vision goes beyond business. Under Sonu's leadership, Coder's Brain has empowered women by creating flexible, work-from-home opportunities. Today, over 80% of the team is made up of women, many of whom support their families while building meaningful careers in tech. At Coder's Brain, we deliver end-to-end recruitment process outsourcing, from sourcing top-tier IT talent to building dedicated offshore development teams. Whether you need project-based or hourly support, full-time hires, or strategic consulting, we help you scale smarter, faster, and globally. With ready-to-deploy bench resources and flexible staff augmentation models, we make it easy to ramp up your team on your terms. Our strength lies in combining talent, technology, and transparency to turn your vision into reality. Begin by sharing your hiring requirements. Our subject matter experts will evaluate your needs and match you with the most suitable candidates. After interviews, we ensure a smooth and efficient onboarding process that is efficient and reliable. With a strong portfolio of 180 plus clients and access to 400 plus skilled in-house developers, Coder's Brain offers the scale and capability to accelerate your growth with confidence. We cover all kinds of skills: front-end, back-end, full-stack, DevOps, quality analyst, MERN, AEM, Salesforce, Oracle, RPA, blockchain, React Native, 3D UX design, and more. At Coder's Brain, we speak your tech language and we build what's next. As one of our clients says, their ability to guide us with best practices made a big difference in implementation. Recruiting is easy. If you are building legends, that takes Coder's Brain. We bring strategy, speed, and the right people so you can bring innovation. Stop.
General Manager, SBI.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the speakers and other guests. It's an honor for us to be part of such a distinguished team of HR leaders and decision makers. And I, on behalf of State Bank of India, extend my warm greetings and deep appreciation for giving us the opportunity to part of this such a summit. It's a National HR Summit of 2025. Now you will be wondering what banker is doing as a part of HR. So we in State Bank of India are journalists, not a specialist officer. So I also had a small stint of 4 years in HR, and for some time I was also part of SHRM. So I was Vice President Personnel and Administration of our foreign location at New York. So I do understand the importance of HR in any organization. Bangalore has earned its reputation of being the knowledge and innovation center. And if you see that how it happened, where you all have played a key role by nurturing the talent and grooming the talent, and creating a workforce which is vibrant and relevant, and so which has created a conducive environment for this city to grow. And if you see, when you say innovation, see like the startups, the GCCs, if you say the first point of landing point, it will be Bangalore only. It's a preferred destination, and you as a HR leader had played a key role in that one. That we, State Bank of India, also, if you see it's a more than 200 years old legacy bank, but we not only had remained relevant, but we have grown, and we kept ourselves evolving, and we had partnered not only to certain industries. Like we used to be like one of the preferred banker for industrial lending, but we have grown, and we see, if you see our present offerings, the financial offerings, it's like it's more relevant and a solution. From a lender to we have become a solution provider. And if the digital, the AI, whatever, if you feel, see like the products which we have to offer now is as relevant as any other financial institution here. So I'll take some few minutes here to say SBI's vision, how we can partner you in both supporting not just your organization, but also your employees and their family members. See, employee, now if you see, like when you say employee well-being is a shared goal. So it's not only your responsibility, it's like as a banker, we thought that it's our responsibility also. So more than what you offer is like health, wellness program, maybe career development opportunities, learning opportunities. But more than that, what employee look for is a financial security, financial stability, or we can say financial confidence. So we have come up with, I'll take very few, it's like more of a HR forum, so I'll take few minutes only for just few offerings. See, like we in State Bank of India, we have developed a holistic salary package account. So it's not an account as such, but it's a, what you say, like it is designed in such a way, like it's a full offering in that one. So it's not only, see like you have your salary being credited to that account, but you will have, see like your employees will have what you say, like full bouquet of products available on there, and see more than that, you will have knowledge sharing session, also wealth management, financial advisory based on the various variant of the corporate salary. You will have see, they will have opportunity to have preferential loan rates, insurance benefits, overdraft facilities, investment opportunities. So this is a comprehensive salary package which State Bank of India has developed, and we're looking for that opportunity if we can demonstrate that, not here, but we'll get engaged with you all. And see, our objective remains very simple, that we stand by your employees at all times. So whenever you are having any employment engagement program, see, we like to partner with you. See, like as some of the speakers were telling about that, it's a era of collaboration. So we need to collaborate to give a full, when you have this engagement program, we can come up and we can very well make them understand what are the how the financial market is changing, and what advisory services or what they need there, where we can chip in, and what is available with us, which they are not aware of. So this is one thing which we feel is more important. And other than that, as I already said, that we already had a niche in corporate lending, which we are already into. But you being HR leaders, we will be looking forward that we can have a connect with that one. We have our own people here. So like if you want to have a deep engagement with them, there will be, our representatives are available here. So they will be explaining that in this one. When we are talking about this employee engagement program, see if we can be part of that, and we can always guide them like how they can empower themselves, especially in terms of wealth management, credit score management, as well as the investment advisory. So this is a full package, I think, which an employee will be looking for, and will always like us to be welcome as part of that offering. So I'll keeping it very brief, and thank you all for giving us this, giving me this platform today, and looking forward for a fruitful discussion. Already have witnessed some of valuable insights from various HR leaders. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Pankaj Kumar.